In 1944, finally, my nana had my mum, Margaret Alice Bradford. Mum had plenty of cousins that all lived around Hopkins Street. Here she is as a toddler. Here we have Cheryl on the left, then Dale, then my mum Margaret on the right. This is Ron, who's obviously the eldest, and Alex when he was a baby. My mum is 5 years old here. Here we have Douglas, Nana's husband, and young Alex with Model T Ford. Obviously the two of them were very close. Nana and Alex here at the back of the house. This is the groovy bathers of the day, and as you can see we have from the left here Clarence, Jack and Dave Lowe, then Ray Nellie, Douglas, which is Nana's husband, and an unknown chap on the right there. In 1945, Douglas, aged 37 years, died in hospital. He had had rheumatic fever when he was a young boy, so he had a weak heart. He left behind Ron, who was 11 years old, Alex, who was 5 years old, and my mum, who was only a year old. Nana was a widow at the age of 35 years, with 3 young children, and no way of providing for them. Nana really could not cope with losing her husband. She would spend days down at the local pub, perhaps trying to find a new husband, but her heart was not really in it, as she pined for the love of her life, Doug. When she was merry at the pub, she would play the piano accordion and the mouth organ. One of her favourite songs was The Pub with No Beer. Days would go by before she returned to her duties of mothering. In 1949, Nana married at the age of 39 to a Thomas Reginald Jones. He was actually a younger man. My mum was 5 years old at the time, and they all remained at 105 Hopkins Street, Boulder. They do not have any children of their own, although my mum remembers carrying to the old thunderbox the remains of a dead infant after Nana had miscarried in bed. In 1953, Ron, at the age of 23, got engaged to Peggy, or Peg, on the 5th of June. Sadly, in the same year though, her second son Alex died tragically of an unknown illness, or a weak heart. He was only 17 years old. He died in hospital, which was known to him, as he had been there often towards the end of his short life. Alex's death caused Nana much grief. Nana suffered greatly from her losses and never really got over all the deaths that seemed to be consuming her. Nana was left home alone with her 9-year-old daughter and husband. Rest in peace, Alex. In 1956, Nana's son Ron's eldest child Tony Bradford was born. Here's a photo of Mum with Tony. Here's Nana with her first grandson. A great stabling influence for Nana through all those turbulent years was her mother Alice, or Granny as she was known to all her numerous offsprings. Granny lived over the road in Hopkins Street, Boulder, and whilst compassionate, ruled her sometimes errant brood with a rod of iron. The matriarch did not drink or smoke, and meted out some very straightforward advice to her offspring. Nana was a very caring and compassionate person, and this was evident when she cared for her ageing mother, Granny, so that she could remain in her Boulder home until her death, at aged 84 years. Granny died of bowel cancer in 1962. This was the year I was born.